Hello everybody! Welcome to Agashi Review, where I review movies, dramas that you don't want to waste your time watching. I'll give you a synopsis, shorts review along with my thoughts and opinions, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe and leave a comment below. Now let's go into the review. Hello everybody, Agashi here today. So if you guys did not watch my reaction to Kiwon, it is taking us a little bit time to get reviews and everything up. Ajashi and I, we actually moved to a bigger place now, more room for us and more room for our little ones. So as you see, we're trying to get everything up and running again, but that does not mean we're not continuing doing our usual things. I'm still watching dramas here and there. It's just I have not been able to review them, and obviously by the time I review them, the drama's already done, or it's like halfway. Like for today, I'm going to be reviewing Till the End of the Moon. I was so excited when I got news that they were going to be doing another drama together, because they did Love is Sweet and I love them in there, and it was the first time I actually watched Lil Loom in modern, because I've always seen him in more historical, old time period stuff, I dress up and all that stuff like that. Well, versus this, it's he's versus Love is Sweet, he was actually modern. So I was like, oh my gosh, he's so handsome, you know. And so I was so happy when this the news and everything that they were filming this together. I think it was about a year and a half ago, and then it finally came out, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch the first 6 episodes and then review. But obviously things got in the way and never got a chance to review with you guys. Currently it's episode 25 right now. We're almost done because it has a total of 40 episodes, and it airs Sunday through Thursday, and I watched the first 20 episodes already. So this is basically the half recap and review, half of the drama of so far of how it's going. So I'm just gonna jump into it and pretty much give you guys a little bit recap and just what I think of it, because I'm a lot of you guys probably watched it already, so what's the point of me recapping? I mean, you guys already know what's going on, so I want to just share my reviews and my thoughts with you guys. So as for our cast, we have Liu Yuxing, I like calling him Leo, as Tai Tanjin and or Mingye or Chang Ju-ming. That name hasn't come up yet, but I think that's when they're in the mortal part. And then there's Bai Lu playing Li Su, Yi Xin-woo and Shang Zhu. And then there's Chang Deng-lu as Yi Bi Chang Mo-nu, something like that. That's her name. And Tian Huang. And then Ting Wei as Xiao Li or Gong Yi Ji Wu or Sang Yu. And then there's Sun Jingyi as Peng Rang, and then Eddie Keng as Yi Qing Yu. And there's tons of other people, the other brothers, the dad, Tai Jin's brothers, his soldier people, and there's the scholar guy who's always with Xiaoling, and there all these type of people. Obviously the cast is big, but synopsis: in an era of where demons pretty much take over mortals and all this like that, the immortal elders believe that in order to stop the demon god from being who he is, they need to send someone back in time. Well, Li Su accepts the missions and assumes that she takes on the identity of Yi Shi-wu, who was an immortal 500 years ago. Well, during this time, she is married to Tai Jin, who is a captive prince and the future demon god, and she is determined to destroy him, being aware that the future he will bring massacre to many people, mortal, heaven, all this stuff, or they said the 3 realms and the 4 continents, something like that. But witnessing his past and everything, it starts to make her quest complicated, and her questioning, is he my lover or is he my enemy? Anyway, so recap review of the first 20 episodes. Obviously, the drama starts us off with the devil god or demon god, whatever, demon lord. I call him the devil god. The devil god trying to retrieve the memory of the past, and then he gets into a fight with the immortal realms who's trying to stop him. There's been war between him and other gods protecting, the 3 realms and the 4 continents. Gods are trying to figure out how to kill him, and he's super strong, and they learn learn that the reason why the devil god is going after the mirror of the past is to stop him on why or how he became the demon, or he's going to become the devil god anyways, you know. So in the process of doing that, Lee Su is chosen to be the only one who can stop him, and she is sent 500 years back in time, where she is now Yi Shiwu, and the devil god is Tai Tanjin. So she learns a little bit to be immortal, got to know her ancestor before they become immortals, which is a Scholar Pang, and she learns that she's inside Yi Shiwu's body, and she is a horrible person. She's in love with Prince Lin, which is Shaolin, who is in this time, the 500 years later, 500 years like ago, he is Gong Yi Jiwu, who also has no interest in him, but has interest in her older sister Bi Chang. So Lee Su is trying to do her best to act as Jiwu, and she gains all sorts of information she can. Eventually learns that she's married to Tai Jin. He has a very, very horrible past, and he's known as the captured prince in their kingdom, Xin Kingdom, when he's from the Jin Kingdom. So Tai Jin, you know, they find him really weird. He can talk to animal because his mom was one of the princes from this Yuji tribe, and she becomes the most beloved concubine to the emperor in the Jin Kingdom. And then they finally have a baby who couldn't be born, and it's been like, she was like in labor for like 36 hours, something like that. Emperor chose to save the mom over the baby. Mom chose baby over herself. Tai Jin was born and his mother died. His father hated him for killing his most beloved woman. He wanted Tai Jin dead. The two maids, Langer and Yuxingang, begs to, or something like that, they beg to take care of the baby, as it's the only bloodline left of the Yuji tribe and the concubine. Approved, and they were sent to this cold palace with no food, no fire, no glow, no nothing, you know. And as Yishiwu felt empathy towards Tai Jin, at the same time she constantly reminds herself, like, what is your mission to here? Remember what you're here to do. Eventually, Tai Jin, who starts to fall in love, learns that Yishiwu hates him and wants him dead. He then meets Langer again and decides to head back to his kingdom to take his rightful throne. So all sorts of things happens in between, leading to Shimu to end up with him, and we obviously know he starts to fall in love with her because he was so dead inside, and he's designated to be the devil god, so he has no feelings. But with her, he starts to spark a little bit feelings, you know. When she escapes from him, they meet again, and at life and death situation, she takes the blow for him and she leaves him behind, knowing that her life is in danger, but she must complete her mission she was sent back to do. She ends up seeking like something born at Abyss, where she ends up meeting Jizi, who was waiting for her arrival, and he's like this god. He's the god of time. God of time, there you go. Because Chuanghua or something is the god of space. So the goddess of space. So he's the god of time. So he tells her how to end the devil god's evil bone before it can even activate in Tai Jin's body. So Tai Jin is actually a good person, but he's born with the evil bone in him, which when he meets the point where the devil god is gonna take over, he's gonna take over, and Tai Jin is gone, you know. So she needs three things: a dream, first tear, and love threads. All these things Tai Jin never felt before, so she, because he's dead inside, he has no feelings, so she has to get him to have all of that in order to use that to kill the evil bone in him. And sadly, the evil bone is his heart, from what I'm seeing and from what it's leaning towards. Spoiler if you guys don't know that. Sorry. Eventually, they meet again, and it's been like 3-4 years, and Shiwu got injured and left Tai Jin behind. He doesn't know about her injury. Well, he's now the king, the emperor of Jin Kingdom. His brother Ming Lang killed his dad, and then Tai Jin tried to kill his brother. His brother escaped, but Tai Jin took over the kingdom. Now he's he takes care of everything, and he's like one of the best. Well, Shinwoo's brother, Shinju, he's in charge of the front of the line, he ended up yielding when Tai Taijin came. And Tai Taijin, who has a soft spot for Shinwoo, decides to let the brother join his army and take the guarantee the family will be safety, which he moved them to the Jin kingdom instead. Now, Tai Taijin is trying to go to the bottom of the Moe River to wake up the serpent, and in doing so, they end up going into the Bore something life, where Shibu appears knowing the future, what she has to do, so she has to stop all of this. And they end up going into this dream world where her, Xiaoling, Tai Taijin, Pijiang. I'm sorry, I totally hate her right now. If you guys seen it, as it goes through, you guys will see how much I dislike her, and thank God she plays it so well. Her character is so, you could hate her character, I'm sorry. But then all four of them end up in this, where it's actually an extra 500 years ago. So the dream that's happening is 500 years ago. Tai Taijin, the dream is when Mingye and Shangju, that's where they're going to. Where they currently is Tai Taijin and Yishu. Li Susu and the devil god is the extra 500 years later. So technically they travel 1,000 years back. So Li Susu is from 1,000 years ago, and then she went 500, and the dream took them another 500. If the timeline makes sense. I'll draw it out for you guys to correct, because now we're going backward when technically they're trying to put everything together where how it starts from the beginning to the end. So during this time, Xinwu and Xiaoling are princess and prince. They're siblings in the Monet River Kingdom, and known as Shangju and Shangyu. Bichang is the goddess Tianhua, whose father was the previous god of war. Tai Taijin is our god of war, Mingye, in this time. Mingye is the best. He tries to defeat the devil god during this time, who looks like his brother Mingling, which I have a feeling it's not. All this time, it's just him again, you know? It's like his destiny is supposed to become the devil god regardless, and people are just trying to stop him because he's just so powerful, you know? He goes through all these life, and he's just so powerful, and they're just trying to stop him and everything, but it's just him, you know? And that's my thinking. But it's like everything is just kind of like circling back and all this stuff like that. And Tianhua is super in love with Mingye, and she uses her father as an excuse that, you know, he left me behind for you, he's trying to take care of me. But he only looks at her as his sister, and he's only his duty to take care of her, since he feels like he's in debt to her father. Anyways, he's injured and he falls into the Monet River, where Sangju saves him, and Tianhua also follows and helps him. During this time, while Sangju is trying to help them, Shenju decides to take the stone incense of the Monet River. I keep calling Monet. Monet River, Monghe or Monghe, something like that. River, and no one knows about it, and then she faints after she tries to take that, and it says Mingyan. Shanju ends up seeing that she failed to protect her kingdom. Her dad's like, do you know what happens if that goes missing? Our kingdom falls apart. We don't exist anymore. It's a disaster and everything. So she sacrifices her own essence, and now she can no longer achieve immortality. Her father forces Mingyi to marry her after he wakes up. At first, their marriage is okay, but eventually he starts to fall in love with her, and slowly she'll slowly turn into a demon because she no longer has her essence to help her to become immortal. To achieve good, she's gonna go the bad way. Tianhua finally wakes up from her coma, learns that Mingye is married to someone else. She reveals that it was her who tried to save him. Why did he didn't care about her? He's upset at her now because he's like, do you know what kind of mess you put us in, you know? So she starts scheming things. Sangju and Mingye eventually separates, and Sangju's thinking that Mingye doesn't love her anymore. Eventually he divorces her, tells her to leave as he never loves her. She doesn't go back home, but she lies, and she goes and live on land, and she goes and live like in like this bamboo forest or something like that. Mingye goes off to war, and all the gods now, they know they will die in this battle because they came up with the biggest plan to get rid of the devil god. And basically many of them will die. The immortal realm will, you know, get destroyed, but they have to seal away the devil's god stone for good so that he no longer can exist, or the next one can never be picked again. After all this, obviously a bunch of them die and everything gets destroyed. Ming turns into original form, a little dragon, and he falls into the lake. A gift that the Chonghuang, the goddess of space, gave to Shangzhou is when it's a one-time use only, where when they want to find each other, they can always find each other because there's a string tying them together in dimension space. She uses that, she saves Ming Ye, and he eventually becomes back to his original form, human. He's temporarily blind. She's happy, she cherishes the moment with him, and when he can finally see again, he realized it was his wife taking care of him all along. He loves her so much. This scene was so well done, episode 16. I was loving it when the mirror flashed, the light flashed at him in the sunlight, and he can see, and he turned around and it's her. He was like, all along it was her taking care of me, you know. And it was just so well done. I'm sorry, I shed a few tears with it. It was such a well done scene. Anyways, he still faked it that he still can't see to spend more time with him. Eventually, Ten Huang finds him and he has to go back and repair the immortal realm. He leaves. During this time, Ten Huang kills the Moni Kingdom. Sanju rages and the devil soul inside of her takes over. She comes back to punish Ten Huang, battles her for her kingdom, to pretty much fight for everything again. Ming takes the punishment for her, but she still cannot forgive him. Before both of them perishes, she tells him it doesn't matter how many years, she will never forgive him. So that they wake up right now as Yishiwu and Tai Jin, and as they wake up during this time, Shiwu got two things: the dream and the teardrop from Tai Jin. All that is left now is the love thread, which he is slowly creating feelings now. So she tries to win over his love, but he's fully aware of it. So, you know, it goes on. It's kind of like back and forth towards these, like episode like 20 and all and stuff like that. It's like they're going into battle. He does end up killing the Shin Kingdom, and he's conquered everything, put the end to a war. Xiaolin goes missing. You know, they don't know what's going on. They don't know the evil stuff that's been happening, but it's like Tai Jin, he's just trying to put peace to everything. And then it's a lot of misunderstanding between him and Xinwu, and obviously Pichang. When they said that Xiaolin dies or he's missing, Pichang was just kind of like, you know, I don't care about him anymore. The evil side of her has finally came out, so she kind of just lives in the palace with Tai Jin to try to kind of win him. And she was able to obtain two love threads that made people love like her even more, even though she's like so ugly inside, you know. She's so mean and ugly inside, which Punren realizes because she no longer has a love thread anymore, and she's a demon. She's a demon fox or something like that, so she can sense things, you know. So she knows what's going on. But yeah, so you know, in timeline wise later, like time wise, like how I'd say, it's like she travels 500 years, and it's the dream is an additional 500 years. But you know, what is it? You guys remember when she was in the boat with Tai Jin, and then to go to the Jin Kingdom, and they were crossing the Monet River, and she like jumped in there because she wanted to escape, and she meets the spirits in there who gifted her with like this bone something stone. That's just Sanju who turns into the demon, like in previous episodes that we watched. You know, you can see how everything is starting to map out. Like it's just they've been reborn so many times and not getting each other, and they keep having these missions to complete, or their fate is to revenge one another, and so they're not getting each other. But I really love them as Tai Jin and Xinwu. Xinwu can get on your nerves sometimes, but you know, I mean, I really enjoy them. But the most beautiful love story is when they were Mingye and Shangju. It was just so beautiful, and oh my gosh, he was so good looking as Mingye, the god of war. Like they did the color wardrobe, everything so beautiful. Even her wedding gown was beautiful. Like oh my gosh, as Shangju, you know. But you know, again, you know, I cried, all these things when he tells her, you know, he loves her, he doesn't love her, she leaves, all things like that, you know. And it's just like their chemistry is so good that you're just like amazing. Like it's just amazing to watch them, you know. But I'm sure everybody's watching it and loving it, you know. And if I missed anything, I kind of just give you guys what is going on, the kind of like the gist of it, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys watch it. But if you guys have not, I do recommend this, and if you guys don't want to watch it because it's a 40 episode drama, do let me know. I mean, I'm thinking I'm probably gonna do an ending review because my prediction. Let's see if I'm right. I'm gonna do an ending review. Let's see if I'm right. I didn't watch the trailer at all, and I just jumped into the drama because I was like, oh, it's coming out. Now I got so interested, I went back and watched all the trailer. They're gonna end up being devil people. Devil god and devil goddess. I'm assuming that because you know what, like in I didn't get to watch it, but episode 24 or 23 around there, when they went to do the festival, and she was like, you know, they were playing where she's the goddess and she was supposed to kill him, he's the devil god, and they were dancing on the little ride thingy, and she goes, who are you, my lover or my enemy? What am I supposed to do? You know, I think you gotta remember, she's the adopted daughter too. As Lisa Su, she's the adopted daughter. So I have a feeling she was supposed to kill him. And she was not supposed to kill him. But they took her away to make it that mission. When technically they're supposed, in order for him to not be a devil god, if he's in love with her and she's in love with him, he has feelings. He's not gonna be the devil god. And he tells her that ever since I've been like loving you, I don't have dreams of this person which is the god inside him, the devil inside him, trying to like turn him into it. He goes, I no longer have dream of that person anymore. Every time I dream, it's always you, you know? So basically, if he was to have love in the first place, or even though later he meets her and her mission was never to get rid of him, he wouldn't turn into the devil god regardless, and they were supposed to be together and love each other. And even if he was, she gonna go with him because they're a couple, you know, seeing how everybody's so mean to them or something like that, you know. But I have a feeling they are going to be, like, regardless, she's going to learn the truth after she kills him. She is going to kill Tai Jin, and she's going to learn the truth, and, like, obviously she's going to take his spot and be the devil goddess, and because she's like, everything's so messed up, you guys didn't tell me the truth, you know. So that's my guess. But yeah, definitely I'll probably do an ending review to see if I'm correct. But I do love it so much. I'm so excited. FYI, I did or FYI, whatever, I bought the bracelets. I bought the Mingye one and the Tai Jin and the Yishu. So I actually bought 3 of them. So it says it's gonna arrive in May, so it'll be here. But I'm so excited. I'm like, ooh, so pretty, you know. They got so many things. I'm like, I can't make up my mind and stuff like that. But I do have a crazy collection of drama stuff that I like and I buy for like Chinese drama. So if you guys ever want to see it, I'll do like a review on showing you guys if I can find it now that we're moved. But anyways, blabbering on too long. If you have not checked out Till the End of the Moon, do check it out. I am loving it. I'm so excited for it. We're looking forward to how it's gonna end. But that's it for today, and I will see you guys next time.